Welcome back to the North State Locker Room. My name is Grayson Wright.
Jack Ryan.
And we are back for episode 2, which we had just a ton of fun last week doing episode 1. And I guess let's get into it. I think you got a big story you wanna.
Yeah, I heard today that Big League is closing temporarily. Something to do with the city of Reading. I think their contract, it wasn't met to the standards. If you have anything that you need from Big League Dreams, they have an email. We have it up right now for you. And yeah, it's kind of a crazy situation. I saw that the softball is being canceled, the roller rink, the derby.
That's crazy. Because we were just talking last week about like it being really cool that they have the slow pitch softball and everything, and it just brings the community together. And well, that was
short-lived.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they can figure something out because I know quite a bit of people who still do the softball league.
Oh yeah, I know people that still do it, and I've been offered to join in, but I don't think you really want me hitting dingers out there.
Oh, okay.
I'd hit 450 dead center, if I really
over
wanted
the park. Huh?
Oh yeah, cars passing cars. I mean, it'd be all bad. But no, actually, there's a story when I was a kid playing wiffle ball. I swung, and I do have a medal saying MVP when I played t-ball. So I'm just saying. But I swung the bat and it went a little far, and the bat hit me in the back of the head, and I missed the ball. So that was other than that though, I'd look like Shohei out there.
Okay. Yeah, I remember playing baseball growing up in the Anderson Little League, and when you hit a ball over the fence that they have there, most of the time it doesn't hit a car, but I remember quite a bit it would hit a car, and it's pretty fun playing out there, playing Little League. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's if I ever went to a baseball game, I would never park near it. Like I'm walking and I see a ton of cars, like a Volani or something, and I'm just like seeing like it's such like a just
you're taking the risk.
Yeah, you're taking a huge risk because I've seen a foul ball just go right out there and just hit a car, and you hear it and you hear the alarm, and then you're just, oh, this sucks for that person, but I think it'd feel pretty good, like as a baseball player, like you'd feel bad, but at the same time, you're not liable for anything. So
no, yeah, exactly. Have you been keeping up with the Olympics? I know Team USA for basketball, they had a couple close calls last week.
I did watch the highlights to the USA South Sudan game.
Pretty good game. That
one was a great game where Libra and James had to come back and basically put the team on his back.
Yeah, he's had to do that multiple times
as a 40-year-old man.
Yeah, being 40 years old, carrying Team USA, I mean, he's got a bunch of gas left in him, and him playing with his son is pretty big news, of course.
He could play for 10 more years. Dude could play with Bryce. He could play with Bronny, and I mean, he can go join Steph over in Golden State.
What a dream that would be. What a dream.
As much as you'd like that, dude, you'd finally get yourself a LeBron jersey. You and Ben would be on the same side.
Yeah, for the first time. I mean, besides Team USA going on right now.
Oh, dude, everybody's on the same side.
But the Olympics, man, they just said in 2034 that it's coming back to Salt Lake City in Utah.
It's going to Salt Lake?
The Winter Olympics are, because there's not very many places in the world.
Oh, the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, the Winter Olympics. So that's some big news for USA.
Cool,
yeah,
dude. That's big news for Salt Lake and Utah in itself, because what's out there?
Yeah, I mean, it's all snowboarding and basically.
That's cool, though. I've always wanted to, like, kind of watch the Winter Olympics at the same time and just, I don't know.
Hey, it's in 10 years. You got plenty of time to prepare.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been snowboarding myself. Let's just say my ACLs. Not a fan.
Oh, okay.
I swear I tore them, but it's all right. I'm still going. But that's cool. That's cool. I didn't know that. So that means, let's see, who's hosting the next Olympics? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
We got Paris this year.
Yeah, Paris this year. I'm not sure because it's Winter Olympics next.
Yeah. So 2032, so that's in...
No, the next one would be 2026.
Oh, I thought...
Because it's every 2 years. Well, for each one because
The
each
winner?
one's like every 4 years, but then like there are 2 years in between. Yeah.
You know what I did see? The volleyball.
Oh yeah.
The volleyball. You see the view from it?
Yeah.
It's literally directly next to the Eiffel Tower. I think that's sick.
Wow. That's pretty cool. I saw they put like a floating court in a river. I don't know if it was in Paris, but I saw they were playing on a floating court down a river while like it was moving,
While
playing
it was
basketball. Yeah.
moving?
Yeah.
I seen them put like on an aircraft carrier, like on a
Oh, yeah.
Navy aircraft
Yep.
carrier, and they play a legit game on that. I've seen that, but on a river, they're just
Yeah. I think
Playing
it was
ball?
in one of those main rivers. I could be wrong though, but I know.
how do you do that if the thing is moving? Like when
I don't know, that would mess me up.
That would no.
But I know the river in Paris. I think that's where they're doing all their events. Me and my girlfriend just got done watching. I think it's like a rowing movie. It's about a true story, and it's about this whole team back in the 30s. They were rowing boats, but they had to go as a team. I forget what it's called, but I know we were watching. I'm like, that's pretty interesting, and I know it's coming up in the Olympics right now, and I can't wait to watch all the sports that's going on in Olympics.
Yeah, speaking of Olympics and your homeboy, like the Warriors, Steve Kerr, Dennis Rodman. Literally, like, how do you feel about this? Like, how do you feel about Dennis Rodman, Steve Kerr's former teammate, saying Kerr ain't coaching shit. He just sitting there letting them kids shoot. He ain't doing a damn thing. Like, he's talking about the Warriors, and I assume like Team USA as well.
Yeah. Being a Warriors fan, Steve Kerr, I mean, he's definitely a great coach. But when you watch him coach, it's really hard because when he's subbing out Steph, you know his rotations. He's on a schedule. That's just how he is. And I've been watching Team USA, and I think he's still trying to figure out the whole Team USA. I mean, you have so many superstars on a team.
It's hard.
And they all want to play. I mean, there's no one on that team who just doesn't want to play.
There's no scrubs.
Yeah, I mean, you got Anthony Edwards coming out saying, I'm the number one option, but he's not even starting.
And last year, I think it was like he was telling Steve Kerr, and Steve Kerr told him, he's like, "Hey, D Wade came off the bench." And he goes, "I don't see a D Wade here." Like,
yeah, I mean, and Dennis is one of the best rebounders all time.
yeah, dude's kind of a weirdo.
Dude is kind of weirdo. He did marry himself in Vegas, so
Yeah, he's a little strange guy. You could just see it, but yeah, no, that's crazy. I mean, that's real. Dennis ain't doing a coaching job.
Yeah, Kerr's a good coach, but I think he's just having trouble with all the players on his team.
He's got his son. What is his son? His son's, I know, the G League coach.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then he isn't he on his coaching staff or like summer league? I don't know.
I believe he was helping the summer league team, but I think he's on the G League team, the Santa Cruz team.
Nick.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's crazy. Let's see the next slide. Oh yeah, this is something I wanted to talk to you about, dude.
My goodness.
I just saw this. Chick-fil-A is no longer the country's favorite fast food chain.
What is?
You want to see it? Let's see it. You want to know what number one is?
Taco Bell. Del Taco?
Del Taco.
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest. You don't see Del Taco trash laying around.
I mean, you don't. They're pretty clean. I know we have one in Reading. I've never been there, so I'm gonna have to try it.
I'm talking like who goes and buys Del Taco.
Wow.
But yeah, dude, Del Taco's number one, and like, it's crazy to me because like, dude, Del Taco to me,
I wonder what
it's solid. I'll underrated. I guess not underrated, but like,
I wonder what Captain's D is. That looks pretty interesting.
probably an East Coast thing. You know
okay.
what Hardee's is, right?
I don't.
Carl's Jr.
Oh, is it?
It's just named Hardee's on the East Coast.
I know Chick-fil-A. They've gone down because they're using antibiotic chicken.
Yeah, they're
which is pretty scary to eat.
Every other place does. Every place does it.
No, they're the first ones to do it.
Really?
Yep. That's why I don't eat there. And they're adding a second one. They're adding a second one in Reading by the new Costco.
Yeah, I know. That's unfortunate.
With another McDonald's and whatever else is being added there.
Who knows nowadays?
Yeah.
But
wow, Del Taco.
I know, dude. Reading's actually getting a Dave's Hot Chicken.
Really? I heard they're getting Cane's too.
I've heard things about the Canes. I don't know where the location is, but I've heard things about Canes. But I mean, we already have a Wingstop, and then
Have you been there?
I've been there a few times.
How is it?
It's pretty good. I can't lie.
I prefer Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah,
dude, that's what Reading needs as well. Cause like I don't like going to watch sports at a like a bar or anything. I'll kick it and watch sports with friends, but like I don't like going out to do that. But if there's a place I would, I'd go to B-Dubs for it.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
Cause they got all the sports on every TV there.
Dude, there's like 50
it's great.
TVs.
You got UFC going on. You got baseball. Like any type of sport. I mean, probably during Olympics, they probably have every event going on.
And if it's like a local area, a lot of the times I'll have like local like jerseys or something up. You know, like the Applebee's in Red Bluff got like a bunch of Red Bluff like Spartan stuff. We got, I mean, ours is like a local business, like players for Anderson. You got, I think it's Mountain Mike's Good Times Pizza in Palo Cedro for Foothill. I mean, they got a bunch of Foothills.
Yeah, all those local pizzerias kind of have those local sports,
which is really cool. Yeah. I think that's really cool because it just brings a different vibe. Like you got the Pibs out in Cottonwood for like West Valley, like which is really, really cool because you see like football players and things like that.
I wonder
teams going to eat there.
I wonder if players will put a Jared Keeson jersey in there.
Like they got to really.
I know they have to
now.
I mean, he's probably been there a couple times. I mean, who hasn't?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up in Anderson, like you gotta go to players.
They got the best crust, honestly. Like their crust.
You're a crust guy?
I'm a crust guy, man.
Dude.
It being crispy and just right. Who can't be crust?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't have players that often, so like.
Where do you go?
Where do I go for pizza?
What's your pizza?
What's my go-to kind of like good pizza or go-to like just quick?
Good pizza.
Good pizza. Not gonna lie, West Side.
Oh,
I like West Side.
Yep.
I haven't had Shasta Pizza Co. that often. I had it when Gator was working there, and so I'd go in there and get it whenever he's working, just chit chat with him a little bit as well. But I think Good Times in Palo Cedro is really good too. I really like them.
Do you got any predictions of the upcoming football season? For high school in the local area?
See, I mean, you got PV.
Yep.
That is just
pretty dominant. Yep.
Always dominating. Foothill.
Of course.
That's always pretty good.
Shasta.
Enterprise could come out and do something. Anderson's got some talent, Maybe. I mean, Anderson's young though. Anderson's young. They don't have many like seniors, I guess, that are like. So they're young. Anderson's coming.
Are they still doing the freshman team, or do they only have a JV team this year?
I don't know for sure about that. I don't know if they have enough freshmen for a freshman team again.
I heard that they're going to make a freshman team for basketball, maybe.
That's a possibility.
And you might be coaching that team. Who knows?
I could. Who knows? It depends how many kids go out there and stuff. Because honestly, I would love that, but it really depends. Like because Anderson's a smaller school, so they got to get the kids to compete and get them in the right mindset and stuff, and like there could be kids getting pulled up, because
I think having that freshman team for just any school is just better opportunities for the kids, because if they're freshmen playing on a sophomore team or a JV team,
they're not going to get much.
Those opportunities aren't going to be there unless they're like 6'5" or just very, very good at basketball. But I'm hoping that they have a freshman team because it will help the kids develop and get those skills that they need to.
No, for sure. I'm hoping they do too, because like it just, especially with the kids that don't have confidence. Like me in high school, I was one of those kids that didn't have confidence. I remember our freshman year.
Yeah,
I was like, you know what? I was telling them about it. Oh, dude, I'm gonna go out and play ball. And then a couple like sophomores go, hey Grayson, like Coach Hong, he's gonna make you run. And I was like. Okay, yeah, I'm not expecting that. And then a couple other, no, like he's like, you're gonna run. Like he makes sure you guys are conditioned. Like
he made us run. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, and I was like, I just thought to myself, I was like, maybe I pass.
Yeah, AAU is probably more your thing.
Yeah, no, I mean the Coach on incredible coach. I mean, everybody's conditioned, which is great. Like I love the dude and great coach. But AAU is different because like I had a bunch of kids ask me, right? I've already had a bunch of kids. I've had parents, ask me, hey, are you coaching? And I was like, I would love to. If the opportunity's there, for sure. And that's what it is. If the opportunity is there, then yes. And I've had a bunch of kids, parents that ask me, and like I would tell the kids, be like, hey, I'm not going to be as laid back. School ball and AAU are completely different.
Completely different.
You got a reputation for school ball. You're a student athlete first.
You're representing that school.
Exactly.
So your actions on the court are everything.
Yeah, it's everything. And student though, which means it starts in the classroom. You want to play in the court. It starts in the classroom. So it's just like grades. I mean, you had great players in our high school years affected due to grades, and it sucked. But as a coach, you gotta hold those kids accountable, and because that's the thing. If they're a good basketball player, right? But basketball is not even their sport or even their main interest. They're just naturally talented or something. Grades are gonna get them a lot farther in life than natural talent in a sport they may not be too interested in.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's easier to get a scholarship, I think, with academics.
Really?
Personally, if you have a good enough...
I mean, I have no idea, but like, I mean, I'm just asking.
I mean, you look at the kids that went to our school, no one got a scholarship. Most of the time, they were going to local colleges. I mean, some people went to D3s.
Gator got a partial.
Gator got one.
You had Joe going to D3,
Joe.
NAIA, Mario, Robbie. You had you.
But it's really hard to
Jarrett,
get
of course,
a sport scholarship, I think, unless you're just outstanding. But if you have academics with the sports, it definitely helps you a lot because the schools are looking at that most of the time because, again, you're representing the school.
Well, yeah, no, for sure. Like they're not going to offer you any scholarship if your grades are just terrible.
Yeah,
like if you got D's and maybe a couple C's or something just to keep you over that edge. They're not going to be like, dude, we don't want this kid in our school if he ain't focusing in the classroom. Why do I want him on my team? Is he going to
focus on the court, the field?
Dude, what
carries
over.
What
is he doing? Is he just going partying and everything? Like, is he just playing video games, staying up till 2, just sleeping in class, and then just getting all that energy from the sleep in class to go play basketball?
And when you get to that next level, it's very difficult to stay focused because you got so much going on, especially if you go to a bigger school like a Division I.
Oh yeah.
I personally don't know how that is because I went to Susanville out of all places.
I'm personally, I think I have a pretty good idea. I was playing NCAA college football 25 and my road to glory, let's just say big schools, I was not eligible for a few games. I would have won the Heisman as a freshman quarterback at Michigan. I'm just saying. I would have won, but I was not eligible for like 4 games due to my grades being bad. So grades are really, really important.
Yep. How was the game, by the way? I mean,
it's really smooth. It's one of the most popular sports games out there right now. It's definitely the most popular sports game out right now.
So you recommend it to anyone who's trying to start out playing any game right now?
If you want to play, dude, it's definitely something. I mean, Madden comes out in like a month or something. It's definitely something to get you like, all right, cool, because it's super smooth. They don't play like Madden really,
and they haven't released one in what 2014?
Yeah, 10 years. It's been 10 years, dude. And so you had 10 years of college athletes that aren't in the game. Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson. Like you had Mahomes. Yeah. You have Baker Mayfield. You have Myles Garrett.
Johnny Manziel.
Well,
he might have been in one of them, but I don't think he did.
Yeah. Mariota.
Oh, yeah, Mariota. Yeah. But now you have all these NIL deals.
NIL.
Oh, NIL.
Yeah.
And, man, these kids are making a bunch of money.
These kids are making money that they don't even really want to go to the league. Like you have athletes, like for example in women's sports, like Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, they're making more money off NIL deals than their WNBA contracts.
Even the sponsorships, they're making more money, which is insane. Which I'm glad WNBA is doing better than they were previous years. which is good for their
Oh,
because
it's great.
I
Great
know
for the sport, great
Yeah.
for women's sports and everything.
you see a lot of NBA players supporting them too, which is
for
great.
sure.
Kobe was a huge supporter of them.
Huge, dude.
Huge. He would go there, rep their jerseys, and man, it's great to see where that sport is at right now, especially for women's, because Caitlin Clark is such a baller, man. I mean,
Oh,
and
Caitlin.
Angela Reese or
Angel Reese.
yeah,
She's good.
she's dominant.
I just I don't like how cocky she is, low key.
I mean,
she's kind of like a Draymond Green, but a little bit worse.
I mean, you kind of gotta be going in there confidence in yourself. Like,
for sure, yeah. And
you gotta
I respect
like
that.
you gotta bully people. I
But
mean,
she's like talking about Caitlin Clark, like Caitlin Clark ain't the reason it's so big.
yeah.
Like I was talking to my brother the other day, and he knew who Caitlin Clark's name was. Keep in mind, my brother, I'm a stay in, I'm gonna close the curtains and just
Play video games.
nah. He ain't
No,
a
he's
video
not
game,
like
but
that.
he's with his son and everything. But he's a stay inside type guy, but he knows who Caitlin Clark is. He don't know who Angel Reese is and everything. And Angel Reese was like, the game ain't popular or something because of one person. It's because of me too. And like that's semi true, but like let's be real. You look at the attendance numbers, like Angel
Sold
Reese's
out
game,
crowds everywhere Caitlin Clark goes.
Yeah, Angel Reese might have 7,000 people here. You go to a Caitlin Clark game, 17,000. I mean, that's 10 more thousand people watching in game, in person, and that's not even showing the TV numbers. And so it's just like, I like Angel, but
Yeah, Caitlin's pretty big right now because she has, well, for all my card lovers, sports cards, she is the first player ever to have her own box of cards be sold in a store.
Really,
Yeah.
and they're all hers.
Yeah, all hers. Every single card in the set is her. So when you open up a pack, it's just her like as a child, her with her family, just like her moments growing up and playing basketball, which is really cool for women's sports because they're getting so much media coverage now, which is great because you got all these younger women coming up who they didn't really have anyone to look up to. But now, I mean, they have Caitlin Clark, they got Angela Reese. Angel. I keep saying her name wrong. But I can't wait for NBA All-Star Weekend to come so that Curry can go against Caitlin Clark in a three-point contest.
Yeah, he went against
Sabrina
Ionescu last year, and
So I can't wait to see what they do with that because I know
they need to add a 1v1.
They do.
Or something, or 3v3. Make it interesting. It's dead.
and the team USA for women's lost to
They lost to the WNBA All-Stars,
which is crazy because
that's a great concept. Imagine
is.
Team USA playing against other WNBA or NBA stars. So like Giannis, Luka, essentially
it's
international.
the world versus USA basically.
Essentially, but you got like Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson on that team.
Yep.
Like some guys who could play for Team USA right now. But then you had Giannis, Jokic, Luka,
Victor.
You got Domantas Sabonis, and Shea
for Canada.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown. You got a bunch of other players that could really make it a good game. And
I think it's really big news for Team WNBA to beat that women's national team or the Team USA for the women's is crazy because that coach, they hand select the players most of the time, and they didn't pick Clark, which I thought a lot of people thought was surprising because she is such a good player. Because when you look at her play, they're doubling her most of the time. So
who they picked?
Who?
Brittany Griner.
Wow, she's such a great player.
She totally beat Marcus Cousins in a 1-on-1.
I'll bet my house on it.
I can't, dude.
But when she plays and you watch how she plays, there's always someone open because they're doubling her. That's how dominant she is because she can shoot from anywhere, which is you don't really see that much in women's sports, especially basketball. But yeah, you got Team USA Soccer because they dominate the soccer team.
We actually, Megan Rapinoe was one of the star players. She actually, I believe it's her that's from Palisadra.
Yep. Yeah. I know Haas Farm.
Cool.
They did a thing about her. They did like a portrait in the field. Yeah, cornfield a long time ago.
Yeah, no. Megan Rapinoe being a local person is pretty cool.
I know that's pretty big. And they got football in the Olympics now. Did you know that? They have
Oh,
football.
I think isn't Team USA in football or something? Like, it's not
It's not
players.
NFL players, but
Aren't we getting ran?
yeah,
by, like, Japan?
we lost to Japan by 20.
Yeah, we're getting ran by other countries in our own sport.
Yeah, that's
kinda
pretty bad.
Crazy.
But are you excited for the Olympics?
I am. You know,
Starts tomorrow night.
dude, I'm excited to see USA win gold again, because I just don't see a team that talented losing. I just don't see it.
Do you think USA will have the most medals, bronze, silver, and gold, out of all the countries in the world?
I don't know. I mean,
Because most of the time they're up there.
Oh yeah,
They're normally number one, but with all these countries getting better, you could see a surprise in one country who just does great in all these sports who you don't really see media coverage of. I mean, look at South Sudan. They don't even have any indoor basketball courts.
South Sudan only lost by 1, and they had an open floater to win the game at the end, and they lost by 1. And that one guy, I forgot his name, but he came out and said, yeah, no indoor courts in the country, and they've only been a country since 2011.
Crazy.
That's insane. 13 years they've only been a country, and they're already challenging the best players in the world.
So who do you think's gonna win bronze? Well, or silver? I mean, you have all these great
France.
countries. France.
I got France.
You think
I
that?
just think Rudy and Victor are just kind of really just dominant in the paint, and so it forces teams to really make sure that they can shoot, because there's no three in the key, and so you can run.
And if the ball hits the rim, they can touch it too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so you got 7'5" Victor who can just swat shots from anywhere, and there's no goaltending. So it's just like, and then you got Rudy Gobert, a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. You got Victor Wembanyama, should have been 1-time Defensive Player of the Year. Like, you got 2 like Defensive Player of the Year caliber players
in the post
that are 7'1" and taller, 7'1" and 7'5", and they just are dominant. And so it's just, to me, and then you got Victor who could shoot. You got him who could just essentially do everything.
He's a good playmaker too. He can pass the ball.
He was working out with Jamal Crawford.
Yeah, I saw that.
Season, a little, you know.
but you see all these NBA players play for different countries, and they can just pop off at any moment. I mean, you look at Dennis Schroeder,
dude, a C-tier NBA player just going crazy for their country.
Yeah, I mean, Dennis Schroeder for Germany, they won gold last year in the FIFA tournament.
Real. We didn't really have our best players.
Yeah, we had Austin Rivers, or not Rivers, Reeves on there.
Brandon Ingram out there. Like, he's a good player, but like,
they weren't taking it that serious.
Yeah, chumps should put me out there. But yeah, you got anything planned coming up with you?
I'm just excited for the local sports going on. I know there's nothing going on right now, but there's a lot of events I think are going on. I mean, all these schools are starting out in a couple weeks.
Back to school, dude.
Yeah, back to school.
Back to school.
So I know a lot of parents are probably getting busy with shopping and
just everything, dude. Like I mean, you got a bunch of back to school, like, bread displays. You got
that's right, you're a bread delivery guy.
Dude,
how's that been?
It's been great. It's been great, dude. I mean, the job's tough, but you know, it's great. You know, like
How many different types of breads are there, or brands of breads?
Brands that we do?
Yeah.
I got Nature's Own, Dave's Killer, Canyon Bakehouse, Tasty Cake, which is
Tasty Cake.
It's like a dessert. It's like the powdered donut. You've definitely seen it before.
Okay. The white boxes, yeah.
Kind of.
Okay.
It's more blue.
Oh, okay.
That's Hostess you're thinking of. We don't like Hostess.
So there's a lot of different breads.
Canyon Bakehouse, like a gluten-free option. You got and then you got Home Pride white, Home Pride wheat, things like that. And you know, we do have a bunch of different options, and it's honestly it's great. You know, like if I ever have an opportunity to try the product, I do, and you know, it's like we do the Cinnabon bread.
Oh, I love the Cinnabon bread.
Bomb.
That Dave Killers that you gave me.
Yeah.
probably one of the best breads I've had in my life. And you told me that it's $8 a loaf.
$8 a loaf,
which is in this economy,
dude, it's crazy. Like but it's also good.
It is very good. It's all organic too, which is great.
Yeah,
because I know a lot of people don't really care what's in their foods. I could be wrong.
You do. You got that one app.
I have an app. It's called Yak, YUKA, and it scans the barcodes, and it tells you all the things that are kind of bad for you in there, and it ranks it off like a score of 100.
I remember you telling me you and your girlfriend went shopping.
You got to scan everything.
Every time she picked up an item, you're scanning it. Hold on, babe. And scan it. Nah, put that back. Just, that causes cancer. Put it back.
Yeah, people would be surprised with how much stuff is in the food that is just bad for you. And I want to eat healthier. I know a lot more people are starting to wake up and eat better, because if you eat better, you live longer, you feel better, because whatever you put in your body is...
Especially being an athlete.
Yeah, especially being an athlete. You got to watch what you eat. I know all these athletes, all the organizations that they work for, they have food already, like...
Yeah, they got the trainers.
Yeah, they got trainers
and stuff like that.
So they're on their own schedules. But when you're home alone, like being an athlete, I know you could have like a bowl of cereal every morning, but try having like some fruit. I know cereal's pretty good for you, but
the protein cereal.
Yeah, protein cereal. Just watch out what's in the foods, because later on in life, they could affect you somehow. But I've been playing cornhole recently. Yeah, there's a cornhole league I'm in.
Tell me.
You know Les?
Yeah.
Yeah, he runs it, and right now he's 12-0 in the league.
Dude, he's got to be cheating.
Yeah, he's got to be cheating. We went against him a couple weeks ago, and dude's in my ear just, oh, nice throw. Like I missed the board completely, just talking in my ear, and ref being how he is. I mean, he's a great ref. And he's a really funny guy too. I mean, if you know who Les is, he's a referee all around the local area. You guys definitely know who he is. He's a great guy. Don't give him anything like hard times, because he's a good guy. But cornhole, man, is pretty fun. You got to come out there.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not great at cornhole, but I'm not bad.
Neither am I. But dude, these old people, man, they be killing me.
Dude, they eat like sleep and breathe that. Like
they throw it the same way every single time. It is just, I had someone make 4 in a row on me twice. And because you got to cover the board. Like you got to cover the hole. That's the main objective, is cover the hole. If you're throwing it first, cover the hole. Because you don't want them getting in the hole. Yeah. So
you don't want them getting in your hole.
Yeah.
So.
I covered the board, and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I can come back. And we were up because it's to 15. Normally it's 21, but it's been really hot out, and no one wants to be out there for that long. And we were up pretty good, and cover the board. Guy makes it right over mine. I cover it again, makes it again. He switches it. Like he just doesn't hit anything. It just goes right into the hole. He made it 4 times in a row to win the game. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. He throws it the same way every single time. Like, man, it's just, they just know, man. It's pretty competitive too. They have an Instagram, well, the National Cornhole does, and man, they throw pretty crazy, and they're pretty good.
Dude, that'd be really cool. You ever talk in their ears? You're old. You're old. Every time they throw it, don't break a hip.
Most of the time, some of them are kind of drunk. They gotta have a good time, man. They gotta have a good time at the park.
Listen, a man towards you sometimes, you know.
Maybe. Some of them a little tipsy, and they just throw it in. I mean, yeah, you gotta come out there, man. Come play with us,
dude. I would be down.
It's really fun. So I enjoy playing that. Anything going on with you? You excited for anything coming up?
Coming up, let's see. I'm getting sent back to Eureka for a little bit, or just like a couple days out of the week for work. The boss wants me to move out there. That would be cool. Let's see.
Are you considering it?
I am for sure considering it, but at the same time, it's just cost of living out there is a little bit more than here. And so there's a lot of different variables that go into it. I mean, finding a place over there that allows pets, you know, for my dog and my cat, it's just, you can't find a place under $2,000.
It's very hard to even buy a house in this economy too. Yeah. I mean, the interest rates are what, I think it's like
buying a house,
11%, 12%.
Throw that out the window.
Yeah, it's
you
just
got to be making $500K a year to afford that.
not even a question.
Like, and so it's just I'm considering it, but at the same time, like, you know, who knows? We'll see what happens. You know, I'm talking. We're thinking about it. So, but we let's see. We got. I don't know, man.
We got volleyball coming up.
We got volleyball coming up.
We got football coming up locally.
Coming up.
Swimming. I know that's not a big sport, but we should be covering
Swimming's pretty lit.
We should be covering it because a lot of schools have swimming teams.
Dude,
I mean, Anderson.
Phelps,
Michael Phelps, one of the best swimmers ever. I mean,
the best. Come on.
Yeah, he is probably the best.
Do you know anybody else?
I know there's a woman swimmer who's really good too. She dominates.
Where's she from?
USA. Of
USA.
Course. Yeah, USA.
Come
on. But any sport that goes on locally, please let us know, and we will try our best to cover it. Because we want every athlete to get the opportunity to show their skills, and we'll do a little segment of like what's going on in the week and the scores and the results.
Just something that we saw.
Yeah.
You know, and that really just caught our eye. And because, like, I mean, I'm stoked. I'm stoked to go to football games. I'm stoked to just sweat. And I'm not, but I mean, I'm stoked to go to football games and watch the kids play and watch to see what different schools do. Like Anderson, they got a new coach.
Oh, nice.
And so, and like there was a lot of controversy about bringing in a new coach. And so all the kids are learning a whole new offense and everything, and a whole new just scheme. They're a whole new system. And so I'm very curious to see what Anderson does. So we'll see. But I'm super excited to, you know, for the future.
You're mostly a football guy too.
I love football.
Yeah.
Love football.
I don't really know too much about football. Because whenever I was in high school, they would, you know, try to recruit you to come out there and play. And all my friends, they wanted to just, oh, come out there. We're just going to hit you. I'm like, I'd rather just stick to basketball. But you're more of a football guy, and I'm trying to get more into it, especially locally, and talk about it.
Yeah, and for sure. I mean, this is the best way to get into it, because you got local sports starting up. You got the NFL starting up. Like, I'm gonna go down to the Rams-Eagles game down in LA in November, because like I'm stoked for that. You know, I'm going to Disneyland in September. That's another thing going on with me. I'm going to Disneyland in a month and a half. So going for a week with my fiance and her family. So
have you been there before?
Back in 2009.
Oh, so
it's been a minute.
You don't remember?
I don't remember a thing. I remember like 2 years after, I saw a commercial of like the Cars ride opening up. And I was like, dude, that'd be so sick.
Cars Land.
Dude, yeah, dude. That'd be awesome.
It's completely different from the last time you probably went. I went like 3 years ago, and it was a lot different, because the last time I went was probably 10 years ago before then. And I heard that Splash Mountain?
Yeah, that's gone.
Oh, it's gone. Like, it's not gone, but they're redoing it to like a new era. I think it's the Princess Frog. They're redoing it for the Princess Frog. So all these rides that they're doing now are just redoing and doing like newer stuff, so that the kids who are growing up now, like, they'll go on the rides and like they know most of them.
Frozen.
Yep.
Inside Out.
Yep. They got the Star Wars Land too that they did for all the new Star Wars movies. So most of the stuff there now is just newer stuff.
Yeah. Hope you all enjoyed that episode of the North States Locker Room. My name is Grayson. We've got Jack Ryan here. And you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next week.